So there's definitely some alignment described between the testimony and the visuals.
Interesting. Does the transcript mention anything else from Flores's account? Something about a bribe?
It mentions Combs allegedly offering something to Flores, yes, described vaguely as a three-word command, and also an encounter at the door.
What happened at the door?
Flores apparently went to the door, Combs closed it, and then supposedly grabbed Flores' colleague's phone.
Grabbed another phone, why?
The reason given in the transcript is paranoia about being recorded. The commentator remarks on it, that boy, paranoid man, worried too being recorded.
Suggests an awareness that what was happening maybe shouldn't be documented.
It could imply that, yeah. The transcript says the phone was eventually returned and things sort of de-escalated with security at that point.
Okay, so that brings us towards the end of the described footage. There's one last hallway scene, around 11:29 a.m.
Right. At this point, Cassie, now named explicitly in the transcript, is seen walking away again, to the left, with her stuff.
Walking away again. Does she get away this time?
Well, she's walking away, but then Combs comes down the hallway after her again.
Oh man, still pursuing her. How does the commentator react to this part?
Their reaction seems pretty strong here. They start talking about wealth and control, the idea of using money to keep someone against their will.
So linking the visual of him pursuing her again to broader themes of power dynamic.
Exactly. And the transcript mentions the act of dragging one more time in this context.
It also refers back to an earlier time, 11:01 a.m. Something about behind closed doors.
Yeah, it mentions 11:01 a.m. and phrases like behind closed doors and the real Diddy. It's a bit unclear if this refers to unseen footage or maybe context from the trial testimony.
And Flores is mentioned again at this earlier time.
Yes, holding a phone apparently, even back in 11:01 a.m., which might suggest he was aware of or involved in observing the situation for a while.
So wrapping this all up, what's the core narrative from this video transcript?
Well, it paints a really disturbing picture, doesn't it? You have this consistent visual of an individual, Cassie, trying repeatedly to leave a situation.
And seemingly being met with physical force, grabbing, throwing, kicking, dragging to prevent her from doing so.
Right. And attempts to communicate or get help, like making that phone call, appear to be actively blocked. Plus, you have the security testimony mentioned, which seems to back up parts of the visual story.
It's the rawness of it, I think, the unedited nature. It shows the stark contrast between, a public image and the actions depicted here.
Absolutely. The level of physical interaction, the apparent restriction of movement, it's unsettling stuff described in this transcript.
So the question this leaves us with, and maybe leaves you, the listener, with is, what's the impact of seeing something like this raw visual evidence coming out?
Yeah. Beyond the legal side, what does it tell us? What does this kind of unfiltered view reveal about